So
It just worked out perfect timing.
it did. Perfect timing. So hi, everybody. Here we are for our risk analysis lecture for the night of the 9th of February 2026. And we are getting our topic sentences cleared up. And we are also looking at our annotated bibliographies, which I have graded. But there were problems with some people's perception of the topic sentence for their paper, and we really need to get this cleared up as soon as possible. So I have changed this paper. I think this paper may have been the cause of the issue. And this paper was originally written so it kind of looked like danger was at the low end of the spectrum and risk was in the middle and opportunity was on the high end of the spectrum. But that is not the case. So I've rewritten this paper, and it says here, danger is not the downside of risk. Opportunity is not the upside of risk. And then down here it comes and tells you danger is not risk and opportunity is not risk. So when we talk about those things, they're different. But in terms of risk, what we wish to do is to, we want to manage a risk. So risk has upside and downside, but it's not a matter of danger and opportunity. So right now, half of the class has a really good topic sentence that fits this mold. The other two, I have sent an email and requested a meeting with you. So just a Zoom meeting. You don't have to show up here. I don't even know if you live in the area. So please just set a meeting with me so that we can make sure to get where we are going to go, because we want to do it in a quick fashion. So having said that, if we take a look at our Moodle page for this week, you'll see I did grade your annotated bibliographies, and some of you did very well. Some of you have some things that need to be corrected. And if you choose to correct it this week, I will increase your grades on your annotated bibs. So for this week, what we're really trying to look at, we're looking at just risk analysis in general. And we are doing what is called a qualitative risk analysis. Everybody in this class has chosen a class has chosen a topic that will lend itself much easier to qualitative risk analysis. But I did want to spend a little bit of time, especially if some of you go into business, talking about quantitative risk analysis. So there's a couple of reading assignments, both of which are very interesting in my opinion, and then a little bit that dovetails into quantitative risk analysis, which is financial reporting. So these are always excellent ways to quantify financial risk or quantify any risk in general. The last reading assignment are these top 10 mistakes in financial risk management, which, boy, we could all stand to learn from these ideas. But basically, this is how to prevent yourself from making silly decisions and from making good decisions, and also from not shying away from risk for fear that it is a danger, and certainly not shying away from opportunity because you're afraid that there's risk involved. If you quantify the risk, you will have an idea as to whether it's a good idea or a bad idea to pursue something. And it's just, the papers are really good. So here, the assignment for this week is a short answer quiz. And if you open this link, you'll see what the quiz involves, okay? Because it's right here. There are 3 questions. What are the necessary elements for a good research question? What does the word risk mean in terms of this class? And how is your research question tied to risk analysis? And that would dovetail on my previous thought that risk is not danger, risk is not opportunity. All right. So another thing that I have here is a short reading. A year or so ago, there was a snowmobiling fatality here in Wyoming. These happen a lot. And if you remember from the book Deep Survival, snowmobiling is a prime area, it's not the only area, it's not worse than others, but it is really an area where people really allow their emotions to sort of override their thought processes. I mean, it's a very joyful and evocative experience for most people to snowmobile, and it's easy to overlook the inherent problems with snowmobiling. So I put this up here just as sort of a cautionary tale, and also to just talk about something that is a danger. So if snowmobiling is, if you view snowmobiling as a danger, you need to mitigate that danger, and there are some ways to do it. So so there's just a little bit of a paper. The other thing I've done is one of the guys who works here on campus, Ronnie Wolf, wrote this paper for me a couple of years ago. And it's an excellent example of a qualitative risk analysis, which is the type of analysis that you will be doing, that everyone in this class is doing. So do take a look at Ronnie's paper. He did give me permission. I'm not giving this out like, you know, not throwing it out like Halloween candy. This is a deliberate choice based on Ronnie's permission, but it will give you a really good idea of an example of how to proceed in this particular venue. So this week we have several reading assignments, one discussion forum, and a quiz. All right, so when we get back together on Monday, we'll discuss where we are, and with it is my deeply held feeling that sometime this week we will have 4 excellent topics to write papers on. And those of you that already have excellent topics to write papers on, yay, it's one less thing to worry about. So, but think about, like I said, think about the idea of qualitative risk analysis and quantitative risk analysis, and then we'll move forward from there. So Chris, do you have any questions for me?
Not top of my head.
All right, sounds good. Well, you know where I am. I'm not going to be gone any day this week. Tomorrow, speaking of, I was gonna make a joke, risk analysis. Tomorrow is math counts. So I'm going to have 50 middle school kids on campus.
God
And I'm
bless
going
you.
to give, I mean, thank you. I'm gonna give them soda and ice cream sandwiches. After they do a bunch of math, but I'm
And then
excited.
send them home.
Like, let's send them home to mom and dad, but they are awesome kids and it's an awesome contest. But so I'll be a little bit indisposed tomorrow afternoon, but aside from that, I'm around. So if you guys need me, give me a call and we'll get you squared away.
All right.
Excellent. You guys have a good night. We'll talk to you later.
Awesome. Thanks, Astrid.
Thanks so much. Bye.